Hello delegates, I'm Jillian Merchant and I'm a solicitor with Thompson Solicitors. On behalf of the firm, I want to take this opportunity to extend our greetings of friendship and solidarity, along with our best wishes for a good and productive conference. I hope we can all see each other in person at this event next year. Conference, on your 25th anniversary, I think it's important to reflect on the victories and gains that have been made, but also to look at the work that still needs to be done to move forward and build a fairer, equal, more tolerant Scotland that is free from all forms of discrimination and racism. On a daily basis, Thompsons represent workers who have been discriminated against due to their race. And I believe that each and every time a union member, with the support of their trade union, raises a claim, a grievance, a complaint against an employer, it raises the issue. It keeps it at the forefront of employers' minds, calls out racism, challenges privilege, and will ultimately force changes in behaviour. By collectively raising these issues, trade unions and their members are at the forefront of improving working conditions for the current and next generation of Black workers. This pandemic, which we are all living through, has not affected everyone equally. As TUC General Secretary Francis O'Grady said earlier this year, the pandemic has held up a mirror to the structural racism in our labour market and in wider society. TUC research on the issue has shown that Black and minority ethnic workers have borne the brunt of the economic impact of COVID-19. The statistic that Black and minority ethnic workers are losing their jobs at twice the rate of white workers is deeply, deeply troubling. And it is not just the rate of job losses that is shocking. It is the fact that when Black and minority ethnic workers are in work, they are far more likely to be working low-paid, insecure jobs that put them at a greater risk of COVID-19. Almost half of workers on 0 hours contracts and over half of workers in agency work are Black or minority ethnic workers. This type of structural discrimination is what has led to a disproportionate Black and minority ethnic death rate from COVID-19. So as we move forward to some type of post-pandemic world, we must ask our leaders, what are we going to do about this? When will ethnicity pay reporting become mandatory? When will 0 hours contracts be banned? When will the threat of artificial intelligence and the risks for Black and minority ethnic workers be taken seriously? However, with our current UK Tory government having power over most, if not all, of these things, it feels like we might be waiting a while for change. So what can be done now by trade unions and activists like yourselves in the workplace to tackle discrimination? Firstly, to ensure that all health and safety risk assessments have a specific focus on the risks to Black and minority ethnic workers. This is especially important given the toll that COVID-19 has taken on Black workers. Secondly, ensure that issues affecting Black workers are mainstreamed in both industrial relations and collective bargaining. Thirdly, push to ensure that ethnicity pay gaps are reported and an action plan is put in place by an employer to resolve this. Fourthly, ensure that all equality impact assessments have a focus on race to make sure that any new policies or procedures proposed by an employer and the way they may affect Black workers is properly, routinely and structurally dealt with. Conference, there is much to do, but the collective will of our trade unions, our affiliates, organisations like Scottish Hazards, along with trade union lawyers like Thompson's, will do whatever it takes to ensure that the workplace is a more fair, equal and free of discrimination. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to working with many of you over the next year.